I've always known who Mindy Kaling is, especially from The Office, but I can't say that I was ever a fan of hers. But after this film, I might be. Why is that? Let's find out. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in to my opinion/review for Late Night by Amazon Studios. I really do appreciate it. So with this film, Late Night, it is being directed by Miss Nisha Ganatra. Now, I am not too familiar with her work, but when I looked up her filmography, she's been a director of at least 30 plus television shows. So she does have some experience, and I think that's a great transition when you're coming from directing TV shows to directing a movie about television shows. Now, this film is also being written by Miss Mindy Kaling, one of the main stars in this film. And like I said in my intro, I think I may be a fan of Miss Mindy Kaling now. I don't know why. She had a lot of charm in this film, and it's something that I want to see more of. But what is this film is about? Now, Late Night is about a legendary talk show host by the name of Miss Catherine Newberry. She's a late night TV host, and her ratings are going down. She's afraid that she's going to lose her job, that she's going to be replaced, so she needs to change things up, bring in some new writers. Hence, Mindy Kaling coming in, and that's where our adventure begins. Now, first thing I want to talk about are the performances across the board. I'm not going to say that they're outstanding, but they do stand out, and they are quite good. Miss Catherine Newberry, played by Miss Emma Thompson, she is very stubborn and stuck in her ways. She's very rude. Some people may want to call her a 5-letter word starting with a B. I'm not going to do that, but that is what her character was putting out on screen within this movie. But at the same time, she did a great job, as well as Mindy Kaling. She has a lot of great comedic timing. I can tell in real life that she has a great sense of humor. Some of the things that they were just doing in this film, like if you've seen in the trailers, like, she's, inspiring and monologuing and talking to herself like, I'm going to be great. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then a big trash bag just hits her dead in the face out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I find things like that very hilarious. I can tell that she does too, in this film and in real life. And just those are one of the things that makes me a fan of hers. Now, about this film right here, what I did like about it first off is it does give you a great sense of what happens behind the scenes on a late night television show, a late night talk show. I love all that. We get to see how, the host is all animated and just full of energy while the camera's on, but as soon as they say cut the light, oh my gosh, give me some water, get me the hell out of here. And I like how we get to see how she treats her cast, her writing team. She treats them horrible. But that's one of the things I did not like about her character. She did a great job, but she has this team of 10 white male writers, and I have to put emphasis on white male for a reason that I'm going to list in a second. But she treats them like crap, and that's just not cool. Now, the writers themselves, I did not remember any of them except for like one or two, all of them blended together. And that was kind of annoying. But at the same time, that was a plot point within the film that actually makes sense a little bit later on. So it kind of strengthens it there. So Mindy Kaling, her character is by the name of Molly Patel. She's never worked in the television industry before. She works in a chemical factory, chemical plant / factory. And there's a nice ongoing joke with that within the film. But, she has some comedic background as well. And she wants to bring that into television. She has no experience at all, but she just wants to come in and do her thing. That alone makes me like her character because she's just not afraid of breaking barriers and just trying to do something new. A lot of people in life get complacent and comfortable, and they're just like, hey, I'm making X amount of dollars annually per year or whatever. This is a good life. It's not exactly what I want to do, but I got to pay those bills, so I can't break the system. That's not really her mindset, and that is just one of the things that I like about her. Also, I've never really looked at, I've always just looked at her and like, okay, she's cute, but I've never just, looked at her and be like, oh, she's sexy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind going on a date with her. But it was a few shots in this movie, being respectful. I was like, okay, Miss Mindy Kaling got a little sex appeal going on, looking kind of sexy, with this dress attire, classy, but sexy at the same time, so this is always nice to get a little eye candy on screen too, you know what I'm saying? It's not that many brown women out in Hollywood, that can do their thing to my knowledge, but, she stepped up, her game as well here as far as that's concerned, and it's just something that I do appreciate. There's another character in this film, Mr. John Lithgow, a fantastic actor. He's been in the game for a very, very long time, but he did not do much in this film, and that's perfectly fine. I can't say that I'm disappointed that I didn't get more from him, but it is something that I did expect more, when I was walking into this film, when it was about to start. As far as the comedy moments as well, there are a number of comedy moments. Like I said, I mentioned the trash bag hitting Mindy Kaling, her character Molly, in the face early on, and there are comedic moments sprinkled out here and there everywhere, especially during the middle of the scene. There is a montage of Miss Emma Thompson's character, Catherine Newberry, going around just trying to change things up, trying to give new energy to her show. Little montage there. I thought it was hilarious. There was a joke about white privilege, and I found that funny as well. And surprisingly, this film does deal with race as well. It does deal with white privilege. It does deal with diversity hires, and just how the dominant society in this country right now is white, yes, but at the same time, in some sectors of life, in all areas of activity, sometimes it is too saturated with white people and or white males, and I like the way that it was addressed here. Mindy Kaling's character is brown in this film, and she's considered a diversity hire. And while a diverse, you don't want to, that's fine. And, affirmative action is fine in a sense. And I don't want to, if I start talking about that, this video will be 3 hours long. But that is something that they do put up on the forefront in this film. And I do like the way it was handled on both sides, those that are pro affirmative action and those that, are anti of that sector as well. And I really do like the way it was handled. And that just kind of gives more strength to Mindy Kaling's character, Molly, a bit more, because she just has to fight a bit harder. Now, while I did say that this film has a lot of comedic moments sprinkled out throughout the film where I did chuckle, I did not laugh hard. I cannot say that it's hilarious. And as far as me feeling about the film overall, it was good. I don't necessarily want to say it was great, but it was good. I can't really complain about too much. I am going to compare it to another film, but honestly, while I did like the film, while I did think it was good, I just did not care. Other than Mindy Kaling, who was the best in this film for me, at the same time, it just wasn't anything that just grabbed me and pulled me in, even though I did notice a lot of things that I can relate to. As far as Catherine Newberry's character, played by Emma Thompson, her character was horrible. And while I was driving home from seeing this, I was just saying to myself, okay, what would I want to rate this film? Why didn't I love it so much when there wasn't too many things that I can complain about? And this film seems like it's similar to another film that I seen a long time ago, and by the time I pulled up into my apartment complex, I got it. And this film does bite a lot on the film that came out in 2006, The Devil Wears Prada, with Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep. The skeletal structure is exactly the same. You have Meryl Streep in that film, who is the top dog in the industry as far as fashion is concerned. We have Emma Thompson, who is a top dog in the industry as far as television and late night shows. Mindy Kaling was the new person coming in without not too much experience. Anne Hathaway was the new person coming in with not that much experience in Devil Wears Prada. In Devil Wears Prada, Meryl Streep had a bad relationship with her husband. Same thing in this movie too, and I can just go down the list. However, The Devil Wears Prada was a fantastic film. I loved it. I gave it like a 9.5. But why did I give that film much more praise than I'm giving this film right here, Late Night? Well, one is because in Devil Wears Prada, Meryl Streep was an asshole. Yes, she was. But in that film, they did a great job of showing how she was consumed by the industry over decades and decades and decades, and it just corrupted her. And she did not realize it all the way to the very end. Miss Emma Thompson's character, she was just an ass to be an ass. And I don't understand that. She was losing her ratings. They were going down. They were talking about replacing her. But what does she do? She doesn't try to change anything. She doubles down and is being a bigger asshole to her writers. She doesn't want to learn their names. She's like, okay, we're going to name you 1, 2, 3, or 4, all the way up to 10. And that's just nothing that I cared about. Also, in The Devil Wears Prada, Anne Hathaway was in a committed relationship that I wanted to see flourish. In this film, Mindy Kaling was treated like a toss-up. Like, you know, one guy was like, yeah, you know, I know you're not talking about it now, but I'll fuck you in 3 weeks. I'm just like, oh man, you know, goddamn. And I could just go down the line again and again and again about comparing it, but this film does you know, favor off of The Devil Wears Prada. That film was much more outstanding to me also because, I mean, The Devil Wears Prada, it hit on a lot of real thoughts that everybody goes through that many people do not want to admit. Whether you want to admit it or not, there are just so many people in this country, in this world, that are obsessed with whatever is in the Hollywood mainstream. And then especially when it's fashion, if they don't see it on a television show, a billboard, or in a magazine, they don't consider it important. And they just want to mimic what they see. A lot of people want to be in that limelight. They want to be in Hollywood. They're obsessed with it. They would do everything. Instagram models go into bankruptcy just to fly to Spain and different places around the world, just to take some selfies to, you know, to make it seem like you're just living that life. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the things that The Devil Wears Prada, that in that film, that just made it stand out to me so much. There was nothing like that in Late Night to me. You may have found that yourself, you know, but I didn't. Again, I'm not saying that Late Night is a bad film. It is not a bad film. It's a good film. I liked it, but at the same time, I just did not care. And it, like I said, it just wasn't anything that just grabbed me. You know, if you are a fan of Emma Thompson, if you are a big fan of Miss Mindy Kaling, of course, I think you should see this film, and I think that you will have a ton of fun. But I am not a big fan of Emma Thompson. She's a great actress, but I'm just not a fan of hers. And then, you know, Mindy Kaling, she's getting warmer on me. If I had to rate Late Night out of a 1 out of 10, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. Yes, a 6.5 out of 10. And then, guys, in my book, a 6 out of 10 and higher is a passing grade. But guys, that is just my opinion. What did you think about Late Night, or do you want to see it, or what did you think about my review? Please let me know down in the comment section below. Let's get this conversation going and keep it flowing. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Also, please consider subscribing and look me up on social media. But guys, I just want to thank you again for tuning into my opinion/review for Late Night. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.